So Richard, we're here today. You go by John Manners, isn't it?
The trade is John Manners Ltd, which is my father's name.
Yep.
He started the business. So yeah, when you hear a Battlebridge farm where we have the combine graveyard.
Yes, very, very well named by the looks of things. But I suppose the combines, are they your main part of the business?
Yes, they are. I mean, the combines have probably enabled us to diversify even more. But many years ago, probably 50 years ago, my dad bought a old Massey combine because he wanted the wheels off it for a digger. He thought he could buy the combine for the same price he could buy 2 new wheels. And then a neighbour came and he wanted the engine for an irrigation unit, and then the next thing you know, he bought another one, and then it just slowly snowballed. And then now we're at the age where we've all got WhatsApp and we've all got next day couriers, pallet line, things like that. So it's gone from being a little service, maybe supplying a few neighbours, to a totally different animal altogether, where, you know, it's sort of the UK and beyond.
Yeah, because it's certainly not a little business anymore, because you've got about, is it 300 sat here in this?
There's 300 machines on site, and we got asked a questionnaire by somebody who had to do a bit of research into how many we'll buy a year. I was quite surprised myself. We'll buy 75 combines a year, so obviously we've got to get 75 out. So we have to take 75 down to Newcastle, to EMR, to the scrapyard, and then we'll have 75 every year come in drips and drabs, which are brought in by our own lorries.
Yeah. With
backloads from wherever.
Yeah, because obviously, essentially it is a braking business, so you send parts all around the country. Yeah,
we do. We get a customer, he rings up and he may say, I want a variator pulley. We come up here, 2 lads, like you saw before, they'll take the pulley off, put it in a box, send it to somebody. Hopefully it's there the next day. It's pretty simple. Yeah,
and alongside that, it's not just the old combine parts you do anymore. You're actually going well into the new parts.
Yeah, well, what we found was that the same parts seem to go wrong on the same machines. So you'd maybe get the TXs where the variator pulleys are a bit of a weak spot. You'll maybe get on the class combines where the sieves are a bit of a weak spot. The John Deere seem to have fairly weak concaves in the older ones. So that's what's made us go into the new parts, because we're getting asked more and more again for the same parts, and it was the most awful feeling in the world when a customer rings you up and says, can you supply this? And you say, well, I could, but we've run out. So now we'll have the new parts to complement the second-hand parts business. So basically, hopefully we can always say yes to our customers.
Yeah, and obviously, especially at the moment with the way that manufacturers are going, that they're unable to supply because of the supply chain slowing down because of COVID and Brexit and anything like that. You're obviously going to be getting a lot busier that way.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we're going to push it a lot harder. Than, I mean, our biggest thing is we have to stockpile in the winter because we can't get the parts quickly. But that works in our favour come the summer, because we can say, yes, we've got 3 of those on the shelf, bang, and they're gone, they're there the next day. So, as long as we've got a big stockpile, we're all right.
Yeah, and you actually, there was one thing, you've got a different kind of machine in one of your sheds there as well. You've got one of those, is it tyre fitters too?
Yeah, we've started doing a few new tyres, some of the certain sizes of rear tyres on the combines. We've got new 800s, new 650s, so it's just another sort of slow progression into expanding our range and a bit more diversification in the business.
Yeah, and are you kind of looking to expand more than the 300 combines? Are you happy with the number that you're running?
I would love to, but unfortunately we've only got planning permission for this site.
So you've run out of space?
So we've run out of space, which is another reason we're doing the new parts, because we can make the range bigger without needing any more room up the braking yard.
Yeah. No, well, that's absolutely brilliant. It's been brilliant, obviously, coming out to see like the scale of the combine graveyard out here. So thanks a million for having us out.
No, it's been great to have GRASSMEN here. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you. Fraser, we were just talking to your brother Richard about kind of the combine and the part side of things, and now we're after coming into the base of the haulier side of things, because obviously you do that alongside the combine breaking and the part sales.
That's right, yeah.
And that's what you're over.
That's right, aye. Predominantly planted and farm machinery, but we do haul anything basically. So we've gone from 5 wagons to 12 in the last 5 years. So we have seem to have invested quite hard.
Yeah, and what would be your wagon of choice?
Oh, this is a difficult one, isn't it? Someone's going to get upset here.
Well, personally yourself, because obviously there is a bit of a mix here.
Aye, there is. Aye, no, the DAF are a good wagon. Don't get us wrong, but the Scania will be my number one choice.
Yeah,
you know?
your go-to.
Aye, definitely. Aye. We do all the trailers ourselves, but all the wagons are on R&M with DAF at Carlisle or Scania at Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
So we tend to find that works best because they're on distance all the time. So they need to have that backup if they're at Southampton, for instance, or whatever, and there's a problem. We'll just find it's a lot easier if they're looked after by the manufacturer, you know.
Yeah, and have you found that COVID or Brexit has impacted the haulier side of things much?
A little bit. We've been very busy, really. We can't complain, to be honest. You know, when you look at other businesses, you know, I think we've been very lucky in the haulage game. I think probably because we're predominantly involved in agriculture, that hasn't slackened and probably won't slacken no matter what's thrown at it, you know. The plant side of things probably has, because building sites and stuff like that's obviously been grounded to a bit of a halt. The show season, we were panicking then. It's a big income of ours, that. You know, and when we're seeing the Royal Council, we were thinking, oh God, this is going to be bad. But
yeah, because you do a good bit with the Royal Highland.
Yeah, we do a lot with the Highland Show. But no, we've just seemed to have done other stuff. I don't know what, but we're just, they've been busy, so it probably has affected us a little bit, but not as bad as what I thought. They certainly haven't been stood in the yard just because the Highland Show hasn't been going, so we've just been pushing on, really, you know. Yeah,
because that was a lot, I suppose, with diversification between all the different kind of agricultural businesses too.
Yeah, aye. We just tend to find that you just need to have as many customers. The bigger the customer base, the better. That's all. We don't try and put all our eggs in one basket. We try and do as much as everything as we can, really, you know.
Yeah, and it's been brilliant to see the tidy wagons that you have here as well. And I know whenever I'm driving down the road with the chop, I'm forever looking out for them.
That's good. No, thanks.
But that's absolutely brilliant. Thanks a million for chatting to us today, Fraser, and we look forward to seeing them on the road.
Just a job. Thank you.
Thank you.